Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. We are now live on our streaming platform, which is YouTube. Got it. Okay. Yes, we are.
This team will only be able to take official action if a quorum is present. It's back to me. Is there a quorum present?
Yes, we do have a quorum.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and proceed to the action steps. Okay, we need to approve the agenda. So our first order of business is to approve the agenda. This was provided to you and copies are here. Are there any changes to the agenda? Okay. We can.
All right.
Can you slide it down?
Yes.
Okay, may I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I, Janice Arno, approve that the agenda be accepted as printed.
A second?
I will second.
All in favor, please say yay so that the
Yay.
secretary can record the vote.
Yay.
All
Yay.
opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions? Please say abstain. Okay. Okay, we'll move to the approval of the previous minutes. Okay. So we will review and approve the minutes from the last meeting. Yeah. Yes, you can go ahead.
All right. So this is where it's our school homepage. So you can go to our school homepage, click on Go-To, and then you can scroll down. And you can see all of our items are up to date. And we're looking for the previous minutes. So you will click from September 9th. And we can click on our meeting minutes. And we all see the meeting minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, the minutes have been provided to you. Are there any corrections? If there are no further corrections, may I have a motion to approve the previous meeting minutes? All in favor? Say yay.
Yay.
All opposed, please say nay. Any abstentions? Please say abstain. So now we'll move to additional action items. We don't? Okay, so we'll keep moving. So now we will move to the discussion items. Okay. So now we're going to discuss the school strategic plan. Mr. Turnbull?
Yes, do you have it available, Ms.
Yes,
Fowler?
I
Okay.
do.
So as a part of the Go Team, we wanted, or each Go Team is tasked with coming up with a strategic plan. And so during our last meeting, not this body, but when we met with the district Go Team, we began our strategic plan, and I think we just started by just putting in general items, but we did want to bring the more specific items to this whole group for input. And so, okay.
And I made a copy of this so we wouldn't write on the template. Is that okay?
Sure. I mean, we can always, well, we started ours, right?
I didn't see that. That's what I was looking for. I just went straight to the
Okay,
link
gotcha.
that they sent us. Should I go back in and go through? I can do that.
It's not necessary. We'll yeah, just go to the present so we can see the full slide, and
Okay,
then we'll just go from there.
Okay. Want to start with page 2? Let's see. Okay.
Okay, and so I wish we could also take a look at our school improvement plan, because that's where most of this information is going to come from.
Okay.
But we
I'll
did want to
stop
show
sharing.
you.
You
Okay,
want me
we
to go
did want to
back?
show you all the template,
Okay.
and what we can do is simply move that information from the school improvement plan to this template.
Okay.
And so,
So do we just want to briefly speak about, or you want me to go ahead and stop sharing and pull up our improvement plan?
yeah, you want me to get, I can probably get to it a little quicker.
Okay, all right. Oh, let me give them permission.
Mhm.
I don't have permission. You don't have to do it.
Ms. McNamee, do you have
She's going to give you permission.
the security rights? Okay. All right. Okay, so this is our school improvement plan for this year. And as I was saying, many of the strategies that we will implement will come from this document. And what we can do is just simply copy and paste a lot of the information from here onto there. And so we will go through this really quickly. So the strengths as we saw them were, and mind you, this is from data that occurred spring of 2019. And so this came from the school year 2018-2019. That's important to note because when you had that particular year, you had years and years of momentum. So Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Todd Johnson implemented different programs, different systems, and so they would improve on it year after year. But then you had COVID. So this data is from spring of 2019. We will have data this year from the milestones. And so that would be spring of 2022. And then that's those two sandwich COVID. And so the data is going to be somewhat different. However, we're doing a lot of internal assessments that's going to give us more accurate data on not necessarily achievement, but making sure that our students are growing while they are here with us during the day. Okay, so based on the 2019 data, our school increased the number of proficient learners in both ELA and math. Okay, and we also increased the number of proficient and distinguished learners in science as well. And so the opportunities, as we saw it from the 2019 data, is to obtain a greater increase in proficient learners. So that percentage was right at 20%. And so what that is saying is that 20% of our students in grades 3 through 5 can read and perform mathematics on grade level. And while that is a substantial increase from years previous, that's definitely not where we want to be. And so that's where the opportunity lies. One of the other opportunities is to obtain a greater literacy score as measured by CCRPI, that should be I, or the percentage of students in grades 3 through 5 that achieve a Lexile within their grade band. So this is one of the measures that sometimes gets overlooked. However, it is a great predictor of achievement. And so what this is saying is the students, when they take the test and they get a Lexile score, which is a measure of reading comprehension, they get a Lexile score within their grade band, which means that, again, they read on grade level. So our, and it's called a literacy score, was 27%. And you might ask, well, why is the literacy score 27%, but you just told us our students achieve at 20%? Well, the literacy score does not take into factor the writing, whereas the achievement score factors in reading and writing. So that's the difference there. But that's, again, that's an opportunity. So if our students read, at a 27%, we have to do better in teaching writing. And so Ms. Mitchell put a plan in place, but it didn't come to fruition. And it's not likely to come to fruition this year. But for next year, we will definitely have a plan in place to teach our students writing explicitly outside of their literature block. So we'll do that. And our other opportunity improved, we just talked about it. Improve our students' writing efficiency through explicit writing instruction. And so that is something, like I said, I'm not sure if we're gonna get to it this year, but that is something that we're gonna do. Okay, so that leaves us 3 goals. And so our goals are to increase our literacy proficiency, increase our mathematics proficiency, and improve our attendance. Improve our attendance. Now, I will like to discuss just briefly the goals of ELA in mathematics. So I told you all that the data from 2019 was used for our benchmark, our 20%. And then we're saying that in next spring, in 22, we would go to 21%. But those are sandwiched by COVID. So our students as a whole, not every student, but as a whole, had a lot of learning loss between the time they got out in March of last year and coming to school this year. And so a lot of that momentum was lost. So we talked about momentum, how Ms. Mitchell and Ms. Todd Johnson put systems in place, they put people in place, and they had things trending in a positive direction. Well, all of that stopped with COVID. And so while we do have this goal to gain by 1%, we're going to shoot for that. But more importantly, we want to make sure that our students are growing. And so that won't be measured by milestones, but it will be measured by our MAP assessment. And so that's important to know. So if we get to the spring and we get 21%, that'd be great. That would be, that would show that, our teachers came in and our, they taught everything they could, and our students came in and learned everything they could. However, if we come in spring of 2022 and we only achieve at 15%, that may not necessarily be bad. Then we're going to take a look at our growth percentage and making sure that our students grew during the time that they were here. And so that's important to note, that if we don't make these goals, that's not saying a whole lot, but we want to make sure that our growth is where it should be for the course of the year.
Okay,
Okay,
is that it?
so you had a question, Ms. Fowler?
Yes, did you want to speak on leveling updates as well?
Okay.
Mhm.
So we did gain 3 positions. We did gain 3 positions after leveling. And so for those who are not familiar, leveling happens when schools have a certain number of staff. However, they did not get this number of students to enroll. And so we did not get the number of students that we had to enroll. However, we did bank some positions with that in anticipation. And so we had 3 positions. They are open right now. So we are hiring 3 positions. And I think I might have hinted toward it earlier in saying that I'm not sure if we're going to fill those positions. Right now, the applicant pool is not that strong. And you have to think that teachers that are even pretty good, they would have a job. One thing that we are, maybe hopeful for is when we get to December, there may be some recent college graduates. And so they may apply. But right now, we don't, it's just not a strong candidate pool.
Those full-time positions?
Yes, ma'am. There's we have a EIP teacher that that person will concentrate on early literacy. We have a reading and writing lab teacher, and that person would concentrate strictly on writing, actually, in 2nd through 5th grades. And then we have what we call a teacher tutor which is a retired teacher that could come in, and again, his or her focus would be early literacy.
Okay, so that's it for the information items. Are they? Got one more?
Universal screener data.
Okay, yeah, we skipped that one. Okay, Mr. Trimmer, you want to share about the universal screener data?
Okay, I can. So the universal screener that we are using is MAP. And we will be using this as our universal screener at least for the next 3 years, at the very least, the next 3 years. And we had a curriculum night earlier this month where we shared information with each one of our parents, at least each one that was in attendance, about the data and what it says about their child. I would go ahead and say most of the scores show where the students needed a lot of improvement. And so what we told parents was, this is nothing to be concerned about right now. School has looked different for the last 18 months, but we will take this same screener again in early December. If there's growth, if growth has not been made, that's when there's time for concern. But right now, because they're showing so low, that's not time for concern. So once we take the MAP again in December, we're going to be looking at growth. And we'll take it one more time in March. And so that's where we can say, from when we took it in August to March, did the student learn? Did the teacher teach? And that'll inform our decision making at that time. But there's no need for concern, and that's what we just conveyed to parents. There's no need for concern just now. Let's take the one in December, make sure that the students are growing. Because even if the students are growing, but they're still not quite at grade level, that's okay, because we're making positive improvement. So that's how we had to take a look at that.
Okay, I just shared with Ms. McNamee. You discussed the milestone results on the last meeting. Did you want to go in depth with that, or can we table that? I mean, it hasn't
Yeah, I
changed.
don't, Ms. Fowler, because like I said, I just don't believe that those are that valid. We took those where, a quarter of our children came to the school in January, and then the other 3 quarters were at home, and so it's really not a true reflection of, what the teachers did here at Humphreys or what the students know. And so I think when we come up in the spring of 2022, I think that will be a better reflection.
Okay.
Again, it's not going to be where we want to be, but it will be a kind of a benchmark to say, hey, we're here. Next year, we got to, gain 5-10 points in the year after, so on and so forth. So, the spring of 2021 data it's just not a good determinant factor of what we did here at Humphreys.
Okay.
Or any school for that matter.
Yes.
or any school,
Worldwide.
it's not just Humphreys, any
Yeah.
school for that matter.
Yes. All right, so that concludes the information items. Do anyone have any additional announcements at this time?
I have one question about the 3 positions. Are those positions that were previously filled and they're now vacant, or are those added positions?
Added.
Well, the one was filled, and that was the writing teacher, Ms. Arnold. So Ms. Mitchell created that position, and I totally agree with it. And we will have that position going forward.
Right.
She filled that position, but the teacher resigned before school started.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I would think we would need that area if we're trying to improve our reading and our
Exactly.
writing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's why I say I'm not sure if we're going to fill it this year, given the pool, but for next year, we can better plan. Most jobs for teachers kind of come out in February, March. And so we'll be looking for someone with those strong writing skills
Right.
to fill that position.
Okay. Are there any other announcements? The literacy, you want to share that? Because I don't have a lot of information on that one. You on?
Yes, okay.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to share that this week's activities at Humphreys have been incorporating literacy, and the kids are very excited. The staff is excited to participate as well. Today, not sure why there's an echo. Oh, I turned it on. Okay. So today we had our pumpkin contest judging, and these pumpkins went above and beyond. So the goal was to decorate a pumpkin as one of the characters out of a book, out of one of your favorite books. So the expectation was set, but these pumpkins went way above expectation. And the kids were so excited to actually go in and get to judge and cast their vote. So I'm excited to see which pumpkin character will win. So I thought that was a great way to keep kids interested in literacy in a very creative way.
And I would have one request of the Go team. We are looking at different ways that we can kind of make life a little easier, or at least make our teachers feel more appreciated. What they're doing now in these times, this is the hardest year that I'm sure most of them have ever had in the profession. And so we are looking at different ways that we can, again, show our appreciation. So if you all do have any ideas around that, please let members know, and Ms. McNamee and Ms. Fowler, I see them every day. Just trying to find different ways to uplift their spirits. And they don't think, their perception of administration is that we just want to, the students to learn, students to learn, students to learn. But I did mention to them the other day is I don't teach any students. And so I have to make sure that our teachers are well in order for them to teach the students. And so if you do have any ideas or any partnerships that we can inquire about, please send those our way.
Any other announcements?
Is there anything in particular that the teachers have communicated that they would like to see? Say, for instance, in their beautiful teachers lounge that was set up, is there a fridge in there?
There is not.
Like maybe to keep it stocked with snacks or drinks or water, just
They would love that.
when they go in there and sit and, just for that minute or so, if there was water or drinks or sodas or, that would be great if there was but you would need to have some type of refrigeration, I would think.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Maybe a good suggestion.
That's a great one.
Excellent. Yeah, that's an excellent suggestion. Yeah.
Any other announcements? Oh, you do? Okay. What's in the chat? Mhm. What did she say? Oh, she's
And Ms. Wright said that she would definitely assist with that.
okay. Okay,
It's just
Are we
Miss Wright. I had wrote in the chat that I would definitely like to assist with that, and I'm going to think of some ideas myself on how to make the teachers feel more appreciated. You guys work very hard, very hard.
Thank you.
And, it's appreciated.
And it's harder than usual, teacher's job is hard, it is hard, but this is harder than usual, and so, and we just don't have many breaks, they had a couple of days off, but then before then, there was no days off, and they won't have any days off until Thanksgiving. And so, and then, like I said, the students need more than they've ever needed. And the expectations for our school and the expectations for them as teachers haven't changed. So we're demanding more with, they have little to work with. So it's tougher than usual this year.
Okay. So with that being said, our next meeting time will be December the 17th and via Zoom. No, the 16th, I'm sorry, 16th, December the 16th. And of course, we will send out information, send emails out to ensure that you know the date and time again. And we will also send you a text message, and we will also put it on our website. Okay, with that being said, we have reached the end of our agenda. Is there any additional business at this time?
I have
Okay.
a question for Ms. Arnold before you close
Okay.
out. I mean, you can close this out, but just don't end the Zoom.
Okay, we're fine. We'll wait on you, Mr. Trumbull.
I mean, you can adjourn this.
Okay, go ahead. Okay. Meeting adjourned.
Okay. Ms. Arnold, did you get the forms over for the volunteers?
Yes, I did, and he met
Okay.
with them. They only meet like twice a month. He met with them Tuesday night and informed them that there were some forms that needed to be filled out. But I think he may be thinking of going in another direction now. We're not sure, but I have emailed those out to the guys.
Okay, gotcha.
To see, but we'll get with you on that.
Okay, because those are only if they will be alone with the students, but we can get started with us being a part of it. You see, we can get started with that. So that yeah. But if they ever took a field trip or something like that, that would already be taken care of.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. I'll let him know that and get him to touch bases with you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All righty.
All righty. Thank you all for coming.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
All right. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.